there's a whole stigma with artists and actors. I'm going to get that out of the way right now. Why are some artists and actors considered crazy? Well, there's only one reason behind it, and that's because artists are original thinking people. Just look at this clip with David Lynch, where he talks about, for one second, how he's so confident on top of the world, and the next second he feels like shit.
I'm so depressed I don't know what I'm doing. I have not got a clue.
See, David Lynch is a perfect example of an artist who is artistically practicing. He never is sure of what he really wants to do. He's always stuck with many ideas. He always describes them as dreams. He says, "These are dreams, my ideas, where they come from." And then he proceeds to make movies that you could call very dreamy and very surreal and weird. But at the same time, David Lynch's movies are also very unique to him, very personal. And that could be said for why people view his films as weird. Because if you look at it, what have people usually said about David Lynch's films? They're offbeat, they're odd. But compare that to anything. Why are artists usually considered unstable or weird? Well, it comes down to that one thing. They're unique and free thinkers. Many people are free thinkers. I mean, everyone has the ability to freely think and come up with their own ideas and thoughts. But when you're an artist, you want to direct that. You want to direct those thoughts and show people in another form. You want to be able to write it or draw it or paint it or film it or display it so you can have it represented in the way you feel like framing it. Um, Oftentimes, that comes with people being able to think very differently. They have a different perception of the world and they have a different perception of how people see everything. So, when you are I'm not saying in order to create, you have to be able to think completely outside the box and be completely isolated in your own thoughts. It just happens to be that many artists feel comfortable working in this particular zone. They feel comfortable when they're with their own thoughts and then they put it all together in the back room. That's why people can be unstable because they aren't sure of what other people think. They're unsure of what their visions can end up turning out like, and that results in a lot of insecurity. There's actually a big thing with directors having mental breakdowns. This could be artists too and anyone, but before they make a movie, they have a breakdown behind closed doors. Sometimes in front of someone, it just happens because they have a lot of pressure and stress, and there's clearly going to be differences in visions. People are going to not want the actors to do this, or they're not going to want the directors to. There's always going to be interferences with studios and people having clashing visions. It's very rare that people who are all artists and creators are on the same wavelength. It isn't rare, but when that happens, there's less tension. This is just what results in the instability that and the volatility that occurs in everyday life too. If you think about it, people can always be volatile, but it's just prominent with actors and directors and artists. So if you're wondering why people are unstable, it's because of the hard pressure cooker environments and the pressures of being an actor.